Islam Makhachev and his team have turned down the fight with Ilia Topuria, stating Islam has not agreed to this fight. He maintains a position that Topuria needs to earn his title shot at 155. This is what Makhachev's team said. Not directly from Makhachev's mouth. As you know, his team knows everything Islam's saying behind the scenes, and it's looking like this is the case now. How do I feel about this? Listen, you guys should know my opinion on Islam. You know, I love Islam. That's my guy. I always defend him. But if you've been following my channel, you know how I feel about people kind of what I would say is avoiding fights. But to defend Islam, because I know a lot of Islam haters are going to come to this video and try to just shit on him. And if you came to see me crap on Islam, you must not know me, brother. Islam's a real bad man, you get me, bro? So I would never do something like that. Do I see Islam's perspective? Absolutely. Should Ilia have to actually earn this 155 shot by probably beating a contender like Arman Tsarukyan, who we already denied to fight? So we're not going to talk about him denying the Arman Tsarukyan fight, because we all know that Arman probably beats Ilia, and that ruins this future fight, this huge fight. And then we see him not really giving Dustin the time of day, which he probably should, or Charles Oliveira. I think Islam's right. Now you guys got to look at it from Islam's perspective though. Islam Makhachev, he's given shots already to the featherweight guy when he was pound for pound number 1. Keep in mind, Ilia's number 3. When Volk was pound for pound number 1, bro, he gave him the shot. He came up, he fought him once, not once, but twice. The first time he beat him 4-1, people, oh, it was a robbery. Second time, oh, it was a robbery, let me knock him out. Second time, knocked him out, oh, short notice, whatever. Excuses kept coming in. And Islam is giving these little guys chances, and you know Islam's dream is to become double champ, and you can see how frustrating it probably is for Islam. Here we go again, bro. This just happened to me. They're just hyping up this featherweight who's pound for pound number 1. He came up in weight and I beat him up twice, and now they're hyping up this featherweight who's pound for pound number 3. And if I beat them up, they're just gonna say he's just too small. Oh, 155 was too big of a jump for him. Oh, it was too quick. Of course I was gonna win. Everyone knew that. I see what Islam is. I see where he's coming from, and it makes sense. And that's why I'm not fully gonna spend this video going in on Islam, because from his perspective, I see how frustrating it could be. And let's be real, you guys know how my opinion on this fight so far. I think Islam's probably going to win this fight. And I think after he wins the fight, the whole narrative of, oh, he only beats 145ers is going to continue to be spread, because these Dagestani haters are going to say he's ducking if he avoids the fight. But if he takes the fight and puts the beats on him like Dr. Dre, then it's going to be like, oh, well, you're beating him, but why do you keep beating up small guys? And it's a weird position to put Islam in, you know what I'm saying? But what kind of makes this a little bit more frustrating is the fact that Arman Tsarukyan kind of messed up the whole the way this 155 weight class is supposed to be proceeded with. Because think about it, if Islam beat Arman Tsarukyan and he never pulled out, then we probably would see this fight, or this fight would be a lot more likely, you know. And even if Islam takes this fight with Ilia, oh, he's ducking Arman Tsarukyan, you know, there's always going to be that thing. Islam just in a weird spot, not because Islam, it's because of Arman Tsarukyan. Now, how do I feel about this overall situation though? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Islam should take the fight. I can't lie. Now, as you can see, there's some people having reactions to this tweet. This is what ACD MMA said. He quoted Islam, what Islam said. And this is what Islam says. What does title represent? It means you're the best in the world. And if you're the best in the world, it doesn't matter who's going to be standing across from you. What do I say? No, never. Let's do this. This is a quote that Islam says about him being champion. If anything's offered, bro, I'll take anything. If they want to see, I'll take anything. And then this is kind of contradictory, because, you know, he's not really taking the Topuria fight that seemingly everyone's pushing for. Listen, I'll be real. Do I want this fight? Yes. So when I hear this news, am I jumping up and down? Not really. Like I said, I already explained Islam's point of view. But now we got to really address the elephant in the room. Let's get the elephant out the bag, man. Let's address this. The part that, you know, listen, Islam fans, y'all know I love him, but I got to say this. The world does want to see this fight. And I think, numbers wise, this is the biggest fight to make, even more so than Arman Tsarukyan. I do think stylistically Arman's a harder fight, because he's a solidified 155er, very good wrestling, underrated striking, you know what I'm saying? Ilia Topuria, I think, is going to be giving up some weight and size and strength against Islam, but that doesn't change the fact that we all do kind of want to see it, brother. I do want to see this fight. So when I see Islam kind of turn down the fight, and I see some of these tweets what ACD MMA tweeted, I'm I see I understand why people are kind of is Islam ducking? Would I call it a duck? In a way, yes, but no. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. On paper, would I say this is a duck? I wouldn't be opposed to saying it. But does that mean Islam I'm scared of Ilia, dude? He's not scared of Ilia. He's not worried about losing to Ilia. If you think Islam is scared of this fight, you've lost your mind. But I'm just, I said, I'm a truthful UFC fan. On my whole channel, bro. When I love Merab when I thought he was ducking Umar, called him out for it. Alex Pereira, called him out for it. John Jones, Aspinall, called him out for it. That's just how I am. You know, I know people hate it sometimes because like it seems like I'm just rude or like I'm an evil person, but I'm sorry, bro. I can't take it out my system. I don't think Islam's like he's not like he's not doing what Marab did. Like if Ilia's brought up in interviews, he's not like, oh, he walking all the interviews and shit. He's not doing what Alex Pereira doing with like it won't be ink alive, doubting it. Oh, I'm not gonna fight you only during Ramadan. He's not doing all that, but it's seemingly he doesn't want this fight next. It's obvious he doesn't want it next. But what are we gonna do next? Are we doing the Justin Gaethje fight? Like, bro, I can't be bothered, man. I can't. We can't do the Justin Gaethje fight. I'm not a fan of the Justin Gaethje fight because Justin Gaethje, bro, he just beat Fiziev, who hasn't fought in so long, and he's coming off an ACL tear injury. Like, this guy he's not a peak opponent to earn a title shot. So when people are pushing for the Justin Gaethje situation, I'm like, bro, Justin Gaethje versus Islam? Like, would it be an entertaining fight? I don't care about that right now. I don't really care. Like, Justin Gaethje's a great fighter. Bro, go fight Charles. Like, this just, no, bro, I can't. I don't want to entertain that. And on top of that, like, Islam's not going to be in 155 weight class for that much longer. And no matter who he fights next, there's always going to be he ducked the other guy. If he takes the Justin fight, he ducked Ilia and Arman. If he takes the Arman fight, he ducked Ilia. If he takes the Ilia fight, he ducked Arman. So it's like, this is kind of flush. Islam's just in a pickle. But at the end of the day, you know where this pickle starts from, bro? This pickle is starting because Arman Tsarukyan pulled out with 24 hours notice and made Moicano get the beats on him like Dr. Dre. Moicano didn't even deserve to get choked out and embarrassed like that in front of the world in like 10 seconds. But Arman Tsarukyan was scared. He was doing neck rolls with Nina Drama and he broke his back. I broke my back. My back is he Mike Tyson Max, man. Oh man. And like now the position Islam's in is gonna make it look like he's ducking. Now, right now the narrative is gonna be, oh yeah, man, he's ducking Ilia Topuria. How is he ducking Ilia? He should just fight Ilia next. This is obvious. And then there's some people around the world saying, nah, man, you should fight Arman Tsarukyan. It's so obvious. Like, we don't know we should fight. On paper, who's the most deserving? I would say Arman Tsarukyan. Like, I'd be lying if I said Arman probably doesn't deserve it. But the thing is, the thing that Dana White's struggling with is like, should we give it to Arman when he kind of fumbled his opportunity and kind of messed up the card? Because without, like, Arman Tsarukyan's the reason, like, the card wasn't messed up, but like the card could have been one of the best cards of all time, and it'll be a lot of like answers for Islam. How great really is he? Because this Moicano defense, it didn't really do anything for his legacy. So, man, it's just, I hate seeing stuff like this. I'm not a fan of like situations where like, if Islam is a man of his word, let me just say this, because he did say, whoever people want to see, brother, I'm going to smash this guy, I'll do it. It doesn't matter who, I'm the best in the world. He should be open to this fight. And like, there's been rumors, like the people who are close to Hamza's camp said, apparently Hamza and DDP are fighting, and they're going to be in the undercard of Islam Ilia main event. Not undercard, co-main event. And I actually believe him. And let me tell you why I believe him. I really feel like the reason Makhachev's team even came out with this is because apparently like the UFC's trying to do it behind Islam's back. And then Islam's just finding about it through them. And now Islam's like, and his team is kind of saying, no. Hold on. Ilia needs to earn his right there. Like, Ilia needs to earn it. And like I said, Ilia does need to earn it. But I also do think Ilia is allowed to get fast-tracked only because he literally beat the featherweight GOATs by knockout back-to-back. To a point where, like, if he was to skip the line, and on top of that, listen, it's different if you're beating the GOATs in your division. You're just a boring personality. You have no aura. You have nothing around you. Ilia put the beats on him like Dr. Dre bad. And then on top of that, he's kind of a superstar. Like, I know Islam's literally the biggest superstar in the UFC, but there's no one who can match that kind of superstar aesthetic like Ilia Topuria. You guys got to realize the build-up for this fight and the pay-per-view numbers this fight would do, especially if it's doubled up on the card with Hamza and Dricus Duplessis, is astronomical, bro. Like, this is the fight that we want to see for many reasons. And like I said, I could see Islam, if he does win this fight, I know half of you guys in the comments are going to switch up on Islam saying, why are you beating him by 145? Oh, again? And then some of you guys are going to give him credit. Like, I'm going to give him credit because I don't think Ilia's an easy fight. Don't get it twisted. I do think Islam wins, but I do think Ilia could exploit some tendencies of Islam if Islam doesn't mix in his wrestling and try to be well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? So I have a mix. I really have mixed emotions about this, man. But I feel like I'd be a hypocrite if I don't talk about this, bro. No one can call me a hypocrite. You can say everything you want about me, but anyone, I know people, oh, you're an Islam hater now. Oh, fucking brother, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if I start seeing those comments. But listen, brother, I love Islam. I like Ilia too. And I feel like this fight just makes the most sense as far as what the numbers it could do, and Dana White needs numbers. 2025 is supposed to be the biggest year of UFC, but we're having fights like Aspinall, Jones falling apart because Jones doesn't want to fight Aspinall. We have fights like Islam and Ilia in jeopardy of not happening because now Islam's kind of saying, I don't think Ilia is fit to deserve this. This could be the best card the UFC had, or the best year UFC had in a long time, but we're kind of messing it up by situations like this. Like, if I'm Islam, I'm taking the fight. And listen, they could say you beat a 145er after the fact, or they could cope how like they do the same thing they did with Volk. It doesn't matter. And God forbid, if it's a close fight and Islam wins, it's gonna be the same thing. Oh, rematch now. Now you got to rematch a 145er again. I can see why Islam doesn't want it. But Islam Makhachev, you have said in the past that it doesn't matter who. And I even heard him in interviews say about Ilia that, like, listen, I don't think he deserved, but brother, if they want me to fight Ilia next, I'll fight him. So it's weird that it seems like the UFC wants him to fight him next, and then once those like leaks are getting leaked out, his team's doubling back and saying, you know what, I still think he needs to earn a shot. Topuria already kind of said that I'm not gonna fight these guys no matter what. Like, I'm not fighting Armin. The second he said he's not fighting Armin, that should let us know if you're not fighting the #1 contender at lightweight to earn your belt, you're probably not going to fight anyone else. I honestly think he said, I'm not fighting Armin because he thinks he's going to lose to Armin, or Armin's a hard stylistic fight for him. And at that point, why am I going to fight Armin when, like, him and Islam are just, like, they fight similarly? You know what I'm saying? So I might as well just go all the way up to Islam. I really think if the UFC said, no, fight Charles Oliveira, he'll be more willing to, or he will say yes. But like I said, Ilia has goals, man. He wants to be out of here by 30. You know what I'm saying? He has his goals. He vacated his belt. Like, you can't tell me Ilia Topuria will knowingly vacate his belt without being promised something of the sort of fighting for a title. There's no way. If that's the case, if he knew his title would have been just given up, I doubt he would have done that. Like, there's no way you would vacate your belt to fight Armin Tsarukyan for a #1 contender spot. Are you kidding me, bro? What? You know how stupid that's like career suicide. Like, that could be just it for him, bro. So I feel like there's something that we're missing behind the scenes. That's like these negotiations. I feel like the negotiations are kind of like making me feel like Islam's not getting told stuff by Dana and Hunter and Dana are kind of telling Ilia what he wants to hear and saying, yeah, we could get Islam to turn around. And I think Dana and like Hunter are banking on Islam just saying, you know what, I'm gonna take the fight, because at the end of the day, push comes to shove, I do think Islam's gonna take the fight. But I feel like since nothing's confirmed or set in stone or like signed on Islam's end, at least he wants to preface that, listen, I'll fight this guy, but if you guys if I had it my way, he has to earn it, which makes sense. People should earn something. You shouldn't be gifted something. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. At the end of the day, chat, if you're gonna blame someone or if you're gonna get anything from this video, don't get that Islam's ducking. Don't yeah, we can have your opinion on that. Don't get that Ilia is he earned it. At the end of the day, blame Armin Tsarukyan. I feel like every video I've been kind of cooking Armin, but I think it's Armin's fault, because I'll say this 100% certainty. If Armin and Islam happened, and then people were pushing for Islam Ilia next, and then Islam says no, I think Justin Gaethje deserves it, I would openly say, you're clear as day ducking. Right now, if you say Islam's ducking, I'm not even opposed to it. You can have your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know I have a good idea what's gonna happen in that fight, so I'm not gonna care about your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Dale, brother, because Islam's gonna go in there and put the pizza on him like Dr. Dre. That's what I think's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, if the fight's never going to happen this year specifically, it's never going to happen at all. And I feel like that's a waste of a super fight. You would never get a super fight like this. Like, say, some, God forbid, Armin Tsarukyan could beat Islam or some bullshit fake stuff happens. No one's going to care about Armin Tsarukyan and Ilia as much as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to give it? This is like what we want to see as far as the build-up's concerned, the hype. We know the press conference is going to be back and forth. We know they're going to be talking to shit. And know when the fight happens, it's going to be fireworks, whoever wins or loses. This is a super fight. We've let go of a lot of super fights in the past. Francis Ngannou, John Jones slipped our fingers. You know what I'm saying? We had other fights like there's so much fights that slipped through our fingertips, and I feel like if we let this one slip, specifically because Islam just wants him to get tested more, which I understand, but I'm saying, dude, the money, Islam, that you're probably gonna get paid for this fight is life changing. This is the closest thing we could get to Khabib and Conor, man. I swear, it sounds crazy now, but right now, I think this is the closest we could get to Khabib and Conor. You gotta think about it. They've been going back and forth. They've had something about oh, if I see you, when I see you in person, something, this will happen, this, that, and the third. Bro, they've been going back and forth. This is a real rivalry, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I'm Ilia, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pressing Islam's buttons. I'm going to keep talking crap. I'm going to respond to this with something like some negative hate. I'm going to say, yo, you're scared? You scared, son? See how Islam responds. Because, brother, trust me, you push Islam enough, brother. You poked the bear, brother. Today, smash. But let me know what you guys think about this down below. Yes, Islam is declining as of right now, but I'm telling you, if Ilia pushes the buttons enough, he's gonna get what he wishes for. But like I said, brother, be careful what you wish for, brother. You know, this is different, brother. This is Dagestan, Russia, brother. We're the best in this bitch, you know. Well, let me know what you think down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3, 4.